How does a group at the peak of global stardom suddenly fall silent? What happens when the world's brightest spotlight abruptly fades, leaving only questions and echoes behind? On July 12, 2025, that's the question echoing through the music industry. The date that was supposed to mark another milestone for NewJeans instead became a turning point, one that no one saw coming. NewJeans, Minji, Hani, Danielle, Heron, and Hayain weren't just a K-pop group. They were a global brand, the faces of luxury fashion, and the soundtrack to millions. Their music videos racked up billions of views, and their influence reached from Seoul to Paris, New York, and beyond. Their rise was meteoric, their influence stretching far beyond K-pop, setting new standards for music, visuals, and branding. They redefined what it meant to be a modern idol, blending artistry with commercial power in ways the industry had never seen before. But behind the scenes, cracks began to show. Whispers of tension and creative disagreements started to circulate, hinting at trouble beneath the polished surface. Internal conflicts and legal battles with their agency, Adore, threatened everything. What began as minor disputes soon escalated into public confrontations and legal filings. The very contract that built their empire became the source of a bitter dispute, halting their momentum and shocking fans worldwide. Social media exploded with speculation, and every move was scrutinized by millions. Headlines shifted from chart-topping hits to lawsuits, injunctions, and allegations of mistreatment. The narrative changed overnight, and the world watched as the group's future became uncertain. Their story became a battle of art versus commerce, creative freedom versus corporate control. The struggle between personal expression and business interests played out in real time, exposing the harsh realities of the industry. Now, the future of K-pop's brightest stars hangs in the balance, a stark reminder of how fragile fame can be in the unforgiving world of Korean entertainment. The silence that has fallen is not just the absence of music, but the weight of uncertainty and lost dreams. The silence that follows is deafening, leaving everyone to wonder, what's next for NewJeans? Will they return, or is this the end of an era? NewJeans burst onto the K-pop scene in 2022, breaking all the rules and redefining what it meant to debut in the industry. With a fresh, youthful energy, they immediately set themselves apart from the crowd. Backed by Adore, a HYBE sublabel, NewJeans took an unconventional path. Instead of months of teasers and anticipation, they skipped the usual pre-debut hype and dropped Attention as a complete surprise. The move was bold, but it paid off. Fans were instantly captivated by their Y2K-inspired style, nostalgic yet modern, and their effortlessly cool image. Viral hits like Hype Boy, Ditto, and OMG quickly followed, each song showcasing their unique, laid-back sound and innovative choreography. Their music videos spread like wildfire across social media, sparking countless dance challenges and fan covers. Their 2023 EP Get Up soared to #1 on the US Billboard 200, a rare feat for a rookie group, cementing their global appeal and proving their music resonated far beyond Korea. Their music videos racked up hundreds of millions of views, and their relatable, down-to-earth image resonated with a new generation of fans worldwide. Young listeners saw themselves in NewJeans, and their authenticity became a breath of fresh air in the industry. Brands clamored for their endorsement. Dior, Coca-Cola, Levi's, eager to tap into their influence. NewJeans quickly became global trendsetters, shaping fashion and pop culture with every appearance and collaboration. Each member brought a distinct personality and charm, from playful to poised, but together they were a harmonious force. Their genuine friendship and effortless charisma on and off stage captivated audiences everywhere. For over 2 years, their rise seemed unstoppable. Every comeback was met with anticipation, and their fan base grew rapidly, filling arenas and dominating headlines. They became the standard-bearers for a new era of K-pop, inspiring countless new groups and setting trends that rippled through the industry. It felt like nothing could stand in their way. But behind the scenes, trouble was brewing. Unseen challenges and mounting pressures threatened to disrupt the harmony that had defined their meteoric rise. In late 2024, the perfect facade cracked. NewJeans announced they wanted out of their exclusive contract with Adore. Their claims were serious manipulation, miscommunication, and even workplace harassment. Central to the conflict was the controversial dismissal of their mentor Min Hee-jin, the creative force behind their success. Adore responded by suing to confirm the contract's validity, determined to keep their biggest stars. The stage was set for a high-stakes legal battle, Artists versus the corporation that made them famous. In a bold move, the group rebranded as NJZ, launching independent activities and signaling their belief that the contract was void. It was a risky gambit, testing the limits of artist autonomy in K-pop. The world watched as the fight for control over their future began. The March 2025 marked a dramatic turning point for NewJeans, a moment that would change the course of their careers and the K-pop industry itself. The city of Seoul buzzed with rumors and speculation as fans and insiders alike wondered what would come next. In a bold move, Adore filed for an injunction to halt all of NJZ's independent activities, seeking to reassert their authority over the group's future. The Seoul court ultimately sided with the agency, issuing a sweeping ban that prevented NewJeans from releasing new music, performing live, or promoting themselves in any way without Adore's explicit approval. Overnight, the group's dreams of an independent career were shattered. The members, who had poured their hearts into their music, were left stunned and uncertain about what lay ahead. The court ruled that NewJeans hadn't provided enough evidence to prove their contract had been violated, leaving them legally bound to Adore. The consequences were swift and far-reaching. A highly anticipated sold-out show at ComplexCon Hong Kong would become their final performance for the foreseeable future, as the group announced an indefinite hiatus to a heartbroken crowd. Fans who had followed every step of their journey were left in disbelief. On stage that night, NewJeans performed a brand new, unreleased song, Pit Stop, a bittersweet gift to their supporters, hinting at what could have been. But they avoided their old hits, which were now under Adore's control. Their legal battle raged on behind the scenes, but every appeal was swiftly dismissed, and Adore's grip on the group only tightened, leaving little room for hope or negotiation. The group was forced into an uneasy silence, unable to create or share new music with the world. Their future now hung in the balance, tied up in a slow-moving lawsuit that offered no clear resolution. For now, the music had stopped, and the world could only wait to see if NewJeans would ever return to the stage. The NJZ rebrand became a symbol of their fight for independence. They launched new social channels and sold out NJZ-branded merchandise, showing their fanbase's unwavering loyalty. Many fans rallied behind NJZ, seeing it as a stand against corporate control. But confusion grew. Was NewJeans over? Was NJZ a new beginning or just a temporary rebellion? Critics worried the move could backfire, complicating any chance of settlement and risking their careers. The court's injunction made NJZ commercially unviable. They couldn't release music or perform under the new name. NJZ became a symbol of what could have been, spiritually independent, but legally bound. The clash of identities underscored their central struggle, who they wanted to be versus who their contract said they were. Through it all, the 5 members have remained united. In an industry where disputes often fracture groups, NewJeans stood together, making every decision as one. Their public statements emphasized collective resolve. "It has to be all 5 of us," Hani declared. Heron called their legal fight necessary, framing it as a stand for fairness, not just a contract dispute. Hien revealed the emotional toll. "We held it in for a long time, and only now have we finally spoken up." But the legal road ahead is daunting. The main lawsuit is just beginning and could take years. For now, they're in limbo, unable to work independently. Even if they win, Adore could countersue for lost income, adding more risk. Their future is uncertain, but their unity is unbroken. The NewJeans saga has become a cautionary tale for K-pop. Their rise showed the power of creative vision, but their legal battle exposes the pitfalls of rigid contracts and agency control. It raises urgent questions about artist autonomy and the true cost of stardom. Their fight may inspire other idols to demand fairer treatment and more transparent contracts. For now, NewJeans is on enforced hiatus, their future uncertain, their music silenced. Will they break free as NJZ, reconcile with Adore, or remain trapped by the system? Whatever the outcome, their story has already changed the conversation about artists' rights in K-pop. The world watches, waiting for the next chapter from a group that redefined the industry, first with their music and now with their silence.